And it's for this trial that matters, Your Honor. Your Honor has commented before that this is a new trial. This is a second trial. I've tried unsuccessfully sometimes to talk about the baseline with the Daubert issues, and Your Honor has rightly commented, well, Mr. Alessi, this is a new trial. Point taken. Now, I wasn't at the last trial, but I've read the transcripts. That's an important point, Your Honor. Mr. Brennan has said before that he, earlier in these pretrial proceedings, that he hadn't had a chance to watch, hadn't had a chance. And believe me, I can empathize with Attorney Brennan on that. It's a lot to digest. He and I are both coming into this second trial new. So I appreciated the comments he had made before. But his comment here is I've read the transcripts, and I'm going to assume that for the very important topics he was talking about, he had read the transcripts. But again, that would be something that only Attorney Brennan would know. But it's an important point to point out. That was the representation. But I've read the transcripts. And then he goes on, and on page 55, he repeats what we went through about June 10th and what counsel for the defense had said. So I'm not going to cover that. He's just reading what I took head on before the break. And so we then turn to the continuation of the buildup, which is at the bottom of page 55. Attorney Brennan, now I have some familiarity with the federal government. Seemed to me, based on my limited experience, there was much more to the story. And the story is about interactions with the defense counsel. That's what was talked about above. So I called the federal government. There's no statement here, there's much more to the story, and I've got the discovery that the defense provided that told the complete story. So there was, and I'll tell you, my impression from what is stated here is that counsel made these representations, but the Commonwealth couldn't evaluate them because they didn't have information, so they went to the federal government. So I called the federal government and I tried to encourage them to provide full discovery so that the experts could testify. It's another statement so ARCA could testify.